Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
We're here to meditate, give ourselves the gift of introspection, to see things that are there but we're just not looking at, or to give us the gift of what I would call no-spection. I know I'm inventing a word, right? To see nothing. Sometimes in our meditations, we're guided to particular images and to see what they do inside of us. And sometimes in our meditation, whether someone's guiding us or not, we're aiming for an emptiness, because so much of wakefulness is filled with stuff, ideas, responsibilities, images, bullet points and numbered lists, and things that we're thinking about. So maybe the greatest gift that we can get in a meditation is to think of none of that, and to have our breathing be the main guide. We're going to do something in between. This is not going to be a text-based meditation from the Parsha, from the season that we're in. It's going to be a generic meditation on wellness. What does it mean to imagine yourself as well? There's some magical thinking sometimes that simply imagining yourself as well helps you become well. Obviously, imagining yourself as well can't cure a financial crisis and can't cure a tumor, God forbid, inside of you. But in terms of how you're holding yourself on a particular day or week, sometimes conjuring that wellness helps you experience it. And I won't go into details, but there's been a lack of wellness, at least in our community recently. Some real tragedy, real sadness, the kind of sadness that buckles the knees of everyone associated with the community. And so all of us have been looking for ways to experience ease, because there hasn't been a lot of it. So I hope that this, wherever you are, whether you're connected to the Beth Am community or not, that this will be an invitation into imagining ease, and by imagining it, experiencing it. So, if you haven't already, please close your eyes. And start to feel yourself settling into this moment. Using the word settling in a very intentional way, where both our body and our ethereal spirit are settling and descending into a cradle. Our body in a very intentional way into the cradle of the chair and the floor beneath us. You don't have to pay attention to it for it to happen, but when you pay attention to it, it's happening in a more embodied way. And you can also feel yourself being disembodied, almost not caring or noticing the shape of your body or what's holding you, but conjuring yourself as pure spirit, pure neshama, animated by nishima, breath, contained in your body in the shape that you're in, but also not contained, beyond it. And it's your neshama that's settling into this moment, like a bear cozying in for a needed hibernation. Imagine your soul, whatever shape that takes in your mind's eye, parking itself in this psychic moment, ready to revel in it and to linger in it. I mentioned breath, but make sure you bring your attention to it so that you're breathing not only automatically, but consciously. If you can, you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, with your in-breath being a little bit shorter than your out-breath, so that breathing is itself a mark of generosity, giving a little more to the world than you're taking in. And feel every micro step in that process. The feeling in your belly as you move the diaphragm to begin the in-breath. The sensation of temperature and perhaps even odor as the air is drawn in through your nostrils. What it feels like at the edge of your nose, what it feels like traveling through, past the sinuses, making its way down your windpipe. What it feels to constrict the muscles, to jettison the air, the carbon dioxide you don't need. And how it comes out warmed by you, ready to begin the cycle again. If at any point in this meditation you want to leave the other image I might be inviting you to, come back to your breathing. Your neshama, your soul, using your body, your guf, to do nishima, breath, to ground you and center you and focus you and lead you to ease, to wellness. As if each breath is another wave lapping on the shore, but not just in a relentless process that repeats itself, but one that is making progress. Each wave bringing to you a greater sense of ease and wellness and calm and equanimity. If you want to depart from just that rhythm for a little bit, I invite you to play in your mind with 3 words that you're going to hear yourself over and over again saying to yourself. It's you, imagining you, speaking to you, and hearing you. And the words are, I am well. I am well. Make sure you place at the end of that 3-word sentence not a question mark, but a period or an exclamation point. I am well. I am well. As you hear your mind adding in the buts, but what about this? Or what about that? What about this or that reason why I'm not well? Your mantra returns to you. I am well. You don't need to add in a despite or a because. Just keep reminding yourself, I am well. For whatever you are facing in your life right now, on some core and essential level, by being alive, being able to participate in this meditation, you are well. So for the remainder of the time, we'll sit in audible quiet while you hear rather loudly in your mind's eye your own voice speaking to you and saying to yourself, I am well. I am well. I am well. I am well. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I'll share the screen, and we will say the final meditation blessing together. We say this 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. Nice. Shalom and namaste. I'll see you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.